Jack's back.
Welcome back, Jackie.
Jackie's
Thanks,
back
guys.
after doing her civic duty. She's a criminal justice expert now. 2 weeks.
I literally had the time of my life. Like, it was so fun.
That doesn't surprise me. First of all, I could see Jackie like so what happens? You get like the order, and then you go, and then you might get picked, you might not get picked, right?
Yeah,
I could see when Jackie got picked, being like, "Oh my god, they picked me. I'm in.
Well,
of course I
literally,
am."
Like, it's literally like you get up there and you have a microphone and you have to like give a whole presentation about yourself.
Do a little like a 10-minute set.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I didn't know that I needed a presentation, but then.
So wait, what did you say?
Well, then it was just like, well, the whole thing was like
Jackie from Long Island.
Everyone, shut up. Everyone like gets up and then like they kind of take it as their time to like give like they really like to talk about themselves. They'll say like because all they want to know is like, is your name, like where are you from, what your hobbies are, do you know anybody in law enforcement, have you ever been involved in whatever, and everyone's like
Things that might.
well, my cousin was in law enforcement from
You gotta think, man. You know, 99% of people don't like to talk in front of people. I get that, but then there's also like. We're always talking in front of mics. You give a random person a mic and it's like their time to shine.
Yeah.
If they're not nervous, they're probably going to give you
I was going to say,
every detail.
100% of people are not used to having an audience.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, wow.
And
everyone has to listen to me right now?
yeah.
and think about how many people you sit with that just tell horrible, long-winded stories. That can't
Yeah.
get to the point, that are always adding extra details. So this is just that. Like, we just need to know if you're going to be biased against this case, and you're talking about like where you grew up and what your childhood was. And what you know, I'm surprised they even ask like your hobbies and all that shit. I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's not just like, do you have cops in your family? Have you ever been robbed? No. Okay, you're in and around. You know?
People like really went in on the hobbies.
What did you say?
Well, no, I didn't. I was like, I like to hang out with friends. I don't know. Like, it was so bad. They also kept being like, hey, can you move the mic closer? And I was like,
Shut up.
it's like I'm back over.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
Yeah. They
The
didn't ask-
only person
the
with
only
production
person
experience.
They're
literally-
like, excuse me, is your microphone on? I don't think you turned it on.
yeah. This happens a lot.
Wow,
I
that
know.
is very funny.
Anyways, but yeah, so then I just kind of get, but then I was so nervous because like I like really hate public speaking, which is like crazy. So I was just
person with production background and an
I know.
audience.
I'm a producer and an on-camera and on-mic and a star, and I can't talk or work the microphone.
Yeah, and I was kind of like I just said like no to everything. I was like, my dad's kind of in law enforcement, but like it's not really important. And then, like, I just kept going. I was just like, no.
To your one answer, yes. But everything else,
Yeah.
the one thing you want to know, yes, my family does
It
work
was
in
funny
law enforcement.
Does he though, or didn't he like make that
No,
up?
he's
he,
like
like,
it's
run his own
literally-
little-
He's a banker. He's a banker. Like, and he just
He
like
used to
part
just,
time
like,
does
run,
it. But they literally were like,
like, teach you
if
lessons,
you know.
right?
No, he like arrests people.
He did?
Like,
Yeah,
I thought there
he's
was-
the definition of works in law enforcement.
But it's like he doesn't get paid. Like he's like
Oh, okay. I figured you got paid.
I
He's
thought
a
I remember some
volunteer.
story about you were like running around
because he
hiding.
does search and rescue, but he also like arrests people, and he also like
He has like
finds
cuffs and a gun and stuff,
yeah.
but he doesn't work for the cops.
But he doesn't work for the cop. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Is your dad a
is
superhero?
Mike Banning.
Yeah. is he a vigilante?
No. But it's like, but that's the thing. It's like I was just like, I don't know if it's important, but I don't want to lie under oath. Whatever. Anyways, it was a whole thing. So
I
I'm just
kind of
like,
want to get to the bottom.
That
of
would be
what
funny.
does your dad do?
Just an episode where Jackie accidentally perjured herself. Like,
yeah.
Jackie's
You're
going to jail.
jail.
Like, I just didn't know the answer.
Well, it's funny because also
I
like,
could just see an Always Sunny cold open. Like, does anyone you know in your family work in law enforcement? No. The gang goes to jail.
like, I knew that nothing was gonna happen, but everyone was giving such long-winded answers. And then they also asked because it was a credit card theft like thing, and so they were kind of like, have you had any involvement in credit card theft? And it's funny because like I currently like
Do you have any debt?
yeah no I, but I currently I was telling this the other day, like I was at a dinner and there was a magician there, and the magician like was going around the room like and he was like a mind reader, like mentalist, whatever, and he was going around the room doing like his tricks on people, and I was like, do me, and he was like, do you have any cash? And I was like, I don't have any cash. So then he was like, do you have a credit card or a debit card? So I gave him my debit card, and then he like looks at it for a second, and then he gives it back to me, and then he like goes around the room and he's like, what's your age? Like, how many dogs do you have? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like adding it all up, and then it adds up to my credit card number. So then I was like, well, it was like the last 6 digits. But so then I was like, first of all, can you not show the whole table my credit card number? And second of all, and then he like gives it back to me. And he was like, you should really cancel that. And then I was like, funny. And I like turn and I'm like talking to somebody, and I like turn back and like the magician's gone. And I was like, hey guys, where'd the magician just go? It's like, I don't know, he kind of just disappeared. Like, I guess that's like his, his thing.
Dude, Once again, the image of them being like, if you had any credit card issues, and you're like, well, dinner was
There was a
night.
magician.
This magician stole my number.
There's a magician from all
There's some
over the
foreman or whatever being like, Jesus.
Actually, I'm glad to
fucking
finally
Christ.
get this on the record, Your Honor. Fizbo the Great over on 27th and Broadway stole my credit card number.
Only you, bitch. Only you.
And so then the next day I couldn't use my debit card. So then
you actually did cancel it?
No, I didn't cancel it. It just stopped working. So then I
Oh.
was like, oh fuck, the magician actually like for my credit card. But then like I didn't see any charges, so I was like, I guess it's fine. But then I saw 3 charges for the subway on it, so I was like, all right, I guess like I'll let the magician like take the subway every now and then. Like it's not like a big enough charge for me to.
Wouldn't that be a great racket? Some dude who's like down and out, but he has magic skills. He just goes around stealing credit cards.
That's what magicians would do if magicians were real.
Well, I was saying-
they would just take money.
Because also like if you're a magician and if when you show your magical powers, like everyone's gonna freak out at you. If you want to make money, the best thing to do if you're a magician is to be a magician and hide in plain sight. Because then like if anybody questions you, you're just like,
was a trick.
guys, magic isn't real.
That's
You sound
my
crazy."
point with Dr. Oz. Every time Dr.
Oh,
Oz
yeah,
comes
yeah,
up,
yeah.
people are like, he's a magician. Like, that's how you know he's not a magician. Because he's a magician.
Literally. Oh no, but like that's how he might be a magician because it's like, okay, like if I'm a plumber and all of a sudden I like, you know, I like snap my fingers and your plumbing's gone, you're gonna be like, you're a magician.
Yeah. You're not a plumber. You're a magician, sir.
Anyway, so the point was like,
idiotic. This whole conversation.
I actually feel like it's a really soundproof logic. But the point is basically like I was just nervous, so I kind of like was like I don't feel like getting the whole magician thing, so I'm just gonna tell them no. Like I haven't, you know.
And this girl stands up here and she's like, people were way too long-winded. And then it's like, so
So
jury
the
duty
other people
begins
were
with the
sharing.
magician in the restaurant. That is very
Anyways,
funny.
but then the point was that basically the whole case was he had stolen like some credit cards, and at first like when I was like I'm gonna ride for my guy, like I'm gonna die for my guy, like I don't care what he did, like my guy's free, like I ain't no snitch, whatever. So I'm going into like
You're
that.
on a jury.
Yeah, I know that.
Literally a snitch.
But I was just like I don't know, like sometimes like maybe because he had like a family. I was like maybe
Did you?
like
Okay, I was gonna say, did you go in blind or you saw him?
he
and was
saw
like,
I saw he had a family.